What's up, people? It's your boy MM2K back again with another episode of the editorial teaser. This is where we talk about and give you a snippet of our members' content for the viewing public, give you a taste of what we got for you this week for our members, and then we flesh it out in much broader conversations. Now this week we're going to do it a little bit different. This week, instead of me using this to create like a snippet video and then we have the broader discussion with the members content is actually a video. It's a video of 4K 60 streaming of the PlayStation Cloud enhancement. Now I know we've done content several weeks ago talking about the PlayStation remote and the cloud gaming and that together as a package, and what does that mean as far as PlayStation's progress as far as your mobile gaming. But I wanted to look a little bit deeper into what the capabilities were as far as PlayStation Cloud and how it stacked up to its competitors, and then how it's bundled or packaged at the time of this recording versus the potential down the road. All right, so I played a long time, but I've captured about 8 minutes of Horizon Forbidden West on the PlayStation Cloud Gaming Enhancement. And for those of you that don't know what that is, that's simply select PlayStation games via PlayStation PlayStation Plus Essential tier, which I believe is around like $18 USD. Through that tier, you can play select PlayStation 5 games via the cloud on 4K 60 or at 4K 60. The caveat is that in order to play with those enhancements and to play those select games via the cloud, you got to be streaming them to the console at the time of this recording. Now, PlayStation has said that they're going to open this up to more places, quote unquote, where it makes sense. Hopefully, and I have no doubt really that means dongles, the web, even the PS Portal, things like that where it makes sense. You know what I mean? That's the stuff that makes sense. But it seems like that they're doing preliminary tests directly to the PlayStation console, and I understand that caused a lot of ire because people are like, hey, why are we tethered to some expensive hardware in order to try this out? We get it's in beta or whatever. Xbox in beta, in contrast, is allowing you to play their games, a lot more of them in a lot more places, and I definitely will concede that. I just will say that even though Xbox is giving you the access and giving you the volume, some of the performance and some of the access that they have promised for a few years now is not there, and PlayStation is actually beating them, particularly when it comes to the 4K 60, and it comes to being able to play a la carte games. Those are things that were promised from Xbox. We have yet to get them. We keep getting reminders, placeholders, they're coming, but meanwhile Sony is actually seems like they got a leg up in delivering that stuff. So you can make the argument that all of these platforms, these particular two, they got a long ways to go to start really giving us the gusto all the across the board in regards to cloud gaming, not just volume, not just performance, but both of them everywhere for both brands. But that's a whole nother discussion. With that being said, but I just wanted to give you guys and gals a high level understanding of where we're at, just in case you haven't been paying attention to this news as it relates to PlayStation Cloud. That said, I think that the PlayStation Cloud service is going to open up. They've spoke to that. PlayStation is good at telling you what they're going to do in advance and actually doing it. So I have no fears there. How do I feel about the current state of it though? I'm not as excited for it, but again, this is their way of preliminarily testing it out. They want to do it through the console. They also are working on an Apple-like ecosystem to where, look, you know, when it comes to things that we're going to roll out on a more broader scale, it really benefits you to have our proprietary hardware first, because this is where we're going to give you first dibs. They really work on that methodology because the PlayStation is selling so well. It's such a huge attraction. It's a formidable force within gaming altogether. They're trying to capitalize on that. You know what I mean? No doubt about that. That being said, I am very, very pleased at what I was able to play, which was Horizon Forbidden West. I played about actually a few hours, but only recorded 8 minutes. And the 8 minutes that I recorded was very, very pleasing. Was it perfect? No, but I think it was very, very good. The pros are, it looks beautiful, very responsive. You know what I mean? Like, and when I compared it to the actual physical, the native gameplay rather, I was surprised at how much difference there wasn't. As far as the cons though, and this was nothing bad, it was nothing that really hurt my experience. But PlayStation Cloud and stuff, some of the stuff that I'm hearing even from the portal, they have this issue where you run into these frame skips, you know what I mean? And they're like hard frame skips. They really don't affect gameplay. They're just more annoying than anything. And it's something that I think they got to work out from a network standpoint to get rid of. You really experience them across the board with PlayStation Remote, PlayStation Cloud. I don't know what it is. Also, don't necessarily think it's a con. I think it's should be common sense right now for those of you that are engaged in cloud gaming. If you're not, I definitely want to let you know that when you're doing this type of gameplay, this is not just regular streaming. This is pinging information back and forth to servers. You're going to want to do this on a wired network. Like, you're going to want to wire this to your PlayStation. You're not going to want to do this through Wi-Fi. Why? Because if you don't know, when you hardwire your internet to your PlayStation, or you hardwire your internet from your router or modem to anything, you're getting all that bandwidth directly to the device that it's wired to. All that all the capable bandwidth is going there. So if you get like 1 gig up, you know what I'm saying, internet, and then your modem actually, you know, transfers that 1 gig up or 1 gig down, all that is going to your device. To opposed to where when you do Wi-Fi, you're sharing bandwidth with all of the other Wi-Fi devices. So that bandwidth, that 1 gig up and 1 gig down, that's being split between the multiple devices that are online. You know what I mean? So it's always better to go wired. So in case a whole bunch of people are getting online in your house or just interference altogether, that's minimized tremendously. So I don't really think that's a con. It's just an optimization thing that I highly recommend to everybody. I also recommend getting a Cat 7 or a Cat 8 cord. Cat 8 might be a little bit overkill, but definitely you got to get a Cat 7. I use Cat 8 cords, category 8 cords. Get them on Amazon for real cheap. I don't recommend doing this stuff with Cat 5 or Cat 6. I through my personal experience, bottlenecks or issues that come through with those cords. Those are lower capable cords. Definitely a Cat 7. I would suggest even a Cat 8 if you can do it. That being said, what did I think about the experience? Again, very clear, very good, great experience. But how did it stack up versus its peers? I would say this. I would say that if PlayStation Cloud was available in multiple places like where GFN was, it would be second to GFN as far as performance. I mean, the games are limited, you know what I mean? But I'm really fond of the PlayStation Plus premium service, I think it is, that allows you to do the cloud. I'm very fond of it. It's really like my favorite subscription service next to what do you call it? Next to Ubisoft Plus. I enjoy PC Game Pass because they have a lot of games that I want to try. I really am. I'm fond of PC Game Pass as well, and it's a close third to that. But PlayStation Plus Premium has games that I actually know that I want to play. Like, I can get time with Tiny Tina's Wonderland, the Spider-Man games, and of course this Horizon Forbidden West. I can get access to that. And then now that we have this cloud component added, now it gives you access to a la carte purchases like God of War Ragnarok. I'm going to test that out next. So with that said, it's second to GeForce Now as far as performance, definitely. I want to see Amazon Luna's 4K rendition whenever they do the upgrade. I feel like Amazon Luna could potentially leapfrog it. I don't think it's going to be better than GeForce Now, but I think it would leapfrog PlayStation simply because I don't run into hitches with Amazon Luna. You know what I mean? Like Amazon Luna, before GeForce Now got into like its ultimate tier and all that stuff, it was the smoothest experience once Stadia closed down, and the second smoothest experience when Stadia was still around. So I'm curious to see what Amazon Luna can do in 4K, but yeah, this would put PlayStation second to GeForce Now. GeForce Now service is just formidable in the cloud space. I mean, no one's touching it performance-wise at the moment. And I wanted to say that because there are some creators out there that are saying things like the PlayStation service beats GeForce Now. No, that is not true. These people must not have played GeForce Now Ultimate, or they must severely be away from a tower. But there's one guy in particular. I heard his review, and I really liked the guy. I'm not going to name the name because I don't start any friction like that. But I really liked the guy. I really love the guy's content and how he covers PlayStation. He said that the PlayStation Cloud performed better than GeForce Now. This person lives in New York. There are plenty of towers in that New York region for GeForce Now to where if they had the ultimate plan, they would know that as good as PlayStation Cloud Plus now is with these enhancements for the PlayStation 5 games, it can't shake a stick to GeForce Now Ultimate. And if they don't have GeForce Now Ultimate and they were actually comparing it to the free service to priority, that's not a substantial comparison. Like, why are you comparing the top tier iteration to the mid-tier service? That's not a comparable. That's not a fathomable comparison. So I just wanted to make that distinction. I know you guys are going to hear some other things. You might hear some things as PlayStation has the best cloud service now as far as performance. There are subjective takeaways when you're looking at the services altogether. When it comes to performance, that's not true. It's just simply not true. GeForce Now Ultimate is still the king. But again, not to take away anything from PlayStation Cloud, PlayStation Plus Premium Cloud service at the moment. It is second to GeForce Now. You know what I mean, as far as performance. So, what do I get if I had to assign a grade? I'll give it a C+. The reason why I give it a C+ is because the number of titles that are supported and the fact that it's tethered to the hardware. Untether that thing. Give more PlayStation 5 titles, access, a la carte purchases. Oh man, it's an A easily. That's it. That's all they got to do. Untether it from the console, put it available, make that performance available on the cloud and on your PlayStation Portal or in other places. And then also, add more a la carte purchases to the service. It's a no-brainer. That it'll get a higher grade. All right, with that said, that's it from your boy. I hope you guys appreciated this video. Again, we're doing things a little bit differently this week. We are not doing a full-fledged podcast, but definitely check out our Horizon Forbidden West 8-minute preview on this cloud service. You will be amazed, all right, as I allude. With that said, that's it for your boy. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Like we always say, who cares what I think? But if you did enjoy this video, let us know, and then check out the links for the places to follow me. With that said, y'all have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.